Hey guys and gals, and over here from Direct Wing Gaming, something mounts to the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Changeling Tale, Grace's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright.
I've only been trying to keep the family together in Father's absence. Oh, how I've failed miserably.
But you haven't. Your sisters are grown, independent. You've done not a thing wrong. In fact, you've done a lot of things right, seeing that they are confident, self-assured.
To a fault, I'd say. Some good it's done me. I've not half an ounce of the confidence that they have.
It wasn't my intention to spend my time here reassuring Marion of her worth as well. Yet here I am, ever the good soldier, keeping the brigade in high spirits. Your confidence is your pride, your wisdom, your care and nature. Your strength is your resilience. Fret not, Marion. Confidence doesn't come from wanting something else, or wanting to be somewhere else. It comes from being comfortable with yourself no matter where you are. Where did that come from? I surprise myself and wonder if it's something my grandfather told me years back. I stop and think and realize if I'm speaking the truth, that I am a lot more confident than I ever would have guessed.
I hope that's true, Malcolm, I do. And I appreciate you stopping by. I think I need to do something I never do.
I'm prepared for her to say she's headed for the pub for a pint, or off to the Mercantile in Strathcarron for a hand-rolled cigar.
I'm going to take a nap.
Well, today is as good a day as ever to introduce new habits, I'd say. I stand to leave, but not before giving Marion a warm embrace, one she readily accepts. Rest well, Marion. With any luck, Grace will be homebound soon. Back home, I can't help but collapse into bed. Gran has left a note. Bulgaria picked her up at noon to join the Wish Club members while they purchase quilting supplies. I take the respite to reflect on the day's events. What's there to do? What can I do? Summoning the doctor from Strathcarron is the first thing that springs to mind, but knowing Grace, she'd swim to the Orn Keys to avoid a proper checkup now. And in this village, having the doctor visit invites the rumour mill to start churning. I can hear the hushed whispers of merrows and mermaids now, as if Grace didn't feel like an outcast already. With every scenario I play out in my head, I keep coming back to the same conclusion. The situation is out of my hands. Whatever Grace will do what Grace will do. We'll just have to take faith in her optimism, that everything will turn out fine, even if right now it all seems to be spiraling out of control. At some point between daydreaming about Grace, her kisses, a new changing body, I must fall asleep as I wake to Gran rustling me awake.
Malcolm, I'm heading to bed. Are you alright?
Gran, did you wake me up just to tell me it's bedtime?
Oh dear, I suppose I did. Don't mind me. Had a bit too much of Robina's homebrewed cider. Your Gran's quite sleepy. You should see the fabrics the girls picked out. The Christmas quilts will be stunning this winter.
Second, you
Say, how's Marion? Did she find her poor cows?
I was shuddered by her question, barely remembering Marion's tale of woe from earlier in the day. I make something up in haste. Yes, we I found them quickly enough. I stayed to help milk them.
Such a good boy, Malcolm. I'm sure you helped put her mind at ease. Now off to dreamland for this old dame.
We hug goodnight and I fall back into my own world of dreams. My sleep is interrupted constantly with vivid images of rolling seas, swimming through murky depths, Grace by my side. The deeper we go, the worse everything gets. The lengths of seaweed blind us. The mackerel bare their sharp teeth. The water is cold as ice. As we travel, Grace pulls me down with her, until I can't breathe. She tells me to inhale, to enjoy. I can't, or won't. I know is at every moment, every toss of the tide is choking me. Daytime. Daytime fun time. Another night of restless sleep, another market day morning. It has taken nearly the whole ride into town just to shake the tightness in my throat left over from last night's dream. I checked the list Gran left for me, remembering Grace's monstrous appetite. I've scribbled 21 pounds perch at the end too. Best visit the fishmonger first before Bulgaria makes off with all the best catch. The fishmonger's away chatting to the cheesemonger, with a small crowd of quidnuncs around them. Must be some juicy gossip, judging from the excitement and hushed tones. If Gran were here, I've no doubt she'd sidle right over to the cheese stand to eavesdrop. Preferring to maintain my dignity, I instead look over this morning's catch for a good specimen.
Malcolm, how are you?
A familiar face appears behind the stand. She helps both the milliner and the fishmonger. This lass gets around. She seems pleased to see me, so I return her kindness and favour. I'm well, yourself? You're working with the fishermen too now? She dons a signature blush.
I help out here and there.
I understand. Much work these days, and never enough hands to go around.
That's a fact.
Despite our conversation outside church the other day, she seems back to her usual shy self. I'm not sure what to say. So, things are going well in Effie's world.
I'd say so. I mean, the days kind of blend, but that's normal. I would even say I feel more myself, more alive.
Oh, Grace said the same thing. I looked from Effie down to the fish, then up again. No, just a coincidence, it must be. Keeping active, staying social.
It's something like that. I've taken to wandering the water's edge lately. I do love the way the sun glitters off the loch in spring.
So, if I'm not mistaken, that pendant around her neck signifies the 6 romantic choices you can have in the game. So I'm guessing that is Jessie, that is Marion, and that is Grace. Red, green, blue. I mean, I wouldn't say Marion is green, but she does wear a green dress. So, I mean, that looks... Maybe this is because the light is shining on it. It looks a little odder looking, but orange, yellow, and purple. So Effie is orange. Yellow. Got a little theory I'm crafting. I'll keep it to myself for now. Alright. Ha! You and me both. Grace as well, I remind myself. I have another place to be. Say, I'll save your hands from having to wrangle these slippery sulkers and slide a few perch into my own bucket, alright then?
Of course, help yourself.
Gran has a top. Please add 2 pounds worth to the till. Good God, here comes the hairiest man I've ever seen. That catches the fishmonger's ear. He shuffles over and nods. Will do, Malcolm. Tell your Gran I owe for a hello. I can't help but do a double take. The fisherman I remembered before the war was a strapping, clean-shaven young lad. Now he sports a bushy beard that'd give Murdoch a run for his money. In fact, could they be related?
Oh, there's the kitty. Ah, the kitty is fully... Oh, God. Kitty's got new art. Looks good.
Before I can ask, all 3 of us are startled by a wiry cat hopping up onto the stand. It gives me a curious look, then absconds to the herring before any of us can react. Come back here with that, you lousy Grimmelkin! Feisty, eh?
She's very cute.
And fast, too. I watched the fishmonger chase the cat with the crowd, though I doubt he'll be able to bring it to justice. I suppose the animal kingdom abides by its own rules. Well, I'd best finish shopping and get back before the fish spoils.
Naturally. Take good care, Malcolm. See you around.
You too. I held my bucket through the market, stopping to collect some flour and a new scarf for Gran. I stooped down to inspect a mixed crate of second-hand tools when a shadow overtakes me.
Hello, Malcolm.
Oh my, that steely voice. I look up, and Alana's face is plain as day, covering the sun overhead. Alana, what a lovely surprise! I stand in awe from my hand, when she doesn't take it to look down and notice how grimy it is. Ha, my apologies. I suppose I've quite a messy day at the market. I must smell dreadful.
You smell fine, Malcolm. I don't mean to interrupt.
Her tone is flat, caustic even. Don't you? She's taken aback, but I don't regret saying it. I'm actually pleased that Grace's attitude is rubbing off on me.
Well, I suppose I do. Do you remember that?
She holds her arms tightly, shivering. Would offer her warmth, but I've got no coat, and she really ought not to be cold on such a warm, sunny day. She continues, albeit stilted.
I've warned you to stay away from the McLeod girls.
I wipe sweat from my brow. The accusation is unexpected and unwelcome. That's not something easily forgotten, Miss Alana. I didn't think it needed further discussion.
I told you, thinking you would listen. You're always a wise young man.
The visits with the sisters have hardly been public. Why would she doubt me? Why does she insist on holding me to such a ridiculous requirement in the first place? Bile rises in my throat. But listening to you is not a lack of wisdom, I assure you. It's merely following my head and heart over the delusions of someone I don't trust. Alana gasps. Her words are the heat of the moment, but honest. Her face drops, and I know I've offended her deeply. Her eyes fill with tears, but she fights them back. I would apologize, but I sincerely don't feel the need. If I continue to be accosted by a baddie schoolmarm, I will continue to respond in kind.
Malcolm, allow me to speak. You'll never hear from me again.
Go ahead. I start to protest, but stop myself. To be fair, I don't mind seeing her. I simply mind her bizarre commands. Please do, Miss Alana. Are you finally going to tell me what's going on? I set down the pail and crossed my arms, parroting her. She's forthright with her speech to me.
What Grace has become, is becoming, is what I fear deeply. Your presence has triggered something in her, something rooted within.
I was expecting more nonsense, not this. How do you know about Grace? Have you been following me?
No, Malcolm dear, it's all over town. A fisherman spied a mermaid, they say. Most don't believe him, as you didn't believe me. But if things will continue, they will. You will.
My face goes red, as that was what the excitement at the cheese stand was all about. What is that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's true?
Her new appearance, her abilities, her lustful nature. These are things that are happening because of you, and the changes will only get worse if you continue to see her.
I fume. Grace's affliction, whatever it is a serious condition, and you'd have the gall to accuse me of causing it. I'm trying to help her. The outburst turns a few market-goers' heads, and I force myself to calm down, lest we draw more attention. Lana's face softens, her cheeks go flush as she speaks.
I know, Malcolm, and so am I. I never meant to be oblique or burdensome. I care very much for Grace and her sisters. It hurt my heart deeply when they lost their mother, and I've tried for years to care for them in some fashion similar to a family.
It seems as though she is letting down a large wall. I'm experiencing her as a whole person for the first time. I want to be sympathetic, but I'm not there yet.
Girls are, in some small way, my girls too. Grace is quite different from other children. Grace's condition will not improve.
Finally, I find my voice and speak up again. I don't believe she wants it to.
I know, and neither of you understand what that entails.
No, we don't, but it isn't hurting her, so far.
But it will, Malcolm. Over time, it will.
Tell me what's happening then. Unbidden, visions from the nightmare worm its way into my thoughts. I jump to the wildest conclusions. Did she lose her mind? Become a what? A mermaid? Completely?
No, Grace will always be Grace, but there is much more to that last than meets the eye. These changes will continue, past a point of no return.
Alana clasps her hands together, holding them to her face.
Malcolm, no matter how much she sees this as a gift, she needs to know that life is not going to be just simplicity and luxury. She's in jeopardy of many things. She could be hurt, as could those closest to her. She may even lose everything she holds dear.
My frustration is increasing again, and a tightness in my chest tells me this conversation needs to end. Why aren't you telling her? Have you already?
Not yet. I can't find her. The sea is vast, as you know, but...
She nods to the fish in my pail.
I think you already have.
Well... Ugh. How long have you known all this? Alright, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and head off. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!